Hello, everybody. Welcome to another special occasion here. Um, we've been trying to do a show every week, and this week we're doing a preview for tomorrow's biggest. So, where's this at now? Is it the biggest wrestling event, or is it like second or third, or where are we standing?
That's a good question. I believe we're calling it the biggest. Let's check WrestleTix though.
Because it's getting there. They hit the 80K mark, I think.
I believe so. And let's keep introducing. I'll figure that out.
Yeah. So I'm Ethan. We got Baker here. We're just gonna go through All In. It's tomorrow. We're gonna give some predictions, some thoughts. But before we even get into that, we attended the Dynamite and Collision taping in Duluth, Georgia, on Wednesday night.
Most of the Collision taping.
Yeah, we had to head out after the punker gave us our main event.
We watched one more thing after that.
I think we watched. It was
because I didn't even catch all of Collision tonight. I had to run to Kroger at 8:30.
Let me see. Now I'm about to look at
but whenever we left was when most of everyone else who, if they were going to leave before the main, or before not the main, because little production trick for y'all, the main was actually filmed first for Collision tonight. Actually the Samoa Joe promo, then the main, and then all those marks were standing up when I was trying to watch the TV.
Oh, that was the best moment of the night in a one way. Yeah. Why was everyone standing up?
Because Sting and Punk, and well, no, not Punk, but Sting was walking down in front of us to leave, and those old guys who paid 3 times as much for us for their tickets were standing up to be like, "Hey, Sting, look at us."
So some fuckers in front of us paid $90. Did you hear that shit that guy said about Sky Blue?
Oh no, what did he say?
He was like, Sky Blue's a once in a lifetime, or she's something else or something. And then he goes, and this dude below him was like, yeah, and they dap up, and then he goes, I mean, at least her ass is, at least. And I was like, dude, come on, you just paid $90 probably just to come here and be a pervert.
I mean, hey, that's a pretty consistent experience for me for wrestling.
It is. I'll never forget that. I don't even want to bring it up and give them the light of day. But people just be doing weird shit at these damn shows. I mean, I don't expect anything more out of these people.
No excuses. Kill old men.
Retweet it. So Collision was good. Let's look at Dynamite real quick. Moxley and Ray Phoenix. I mean, that was the match of the taping, right?
Okay, so I guess if we want to talk about this, good match. Obviously. Okay. Wait, no. So I'm sorry. I'm kind of all over the place. I've been drinking. But fuck wrestling fans, dude. I do not chant "We want tables." Dude, don't chant it. Just don't
chant it.
If a table is coming into this match, then so be it. But a table will not inherently make a match better. I feel like I don't even need to say that, but I don't get what's happened over the last year, 2 years, however long this has been, where it's I don't know, but that was prevalent here. Can you hear the laughing?
I was gonna say, it sounds like you gotta. It sounded like someone cued in an effect to laugh at what you were saying.
That's crazy. No, that's my girlfriend and her friends. So they're enjoying themselves, you know?
Just like we enjoyed ourselves while Big Mox and Phoenix let her eat.
Yeah. No, this was
But
a
no,
good match. This was a
when
good
were they
match.
chanting for tables? It was during this match, wasn't
It
it?
was during this match, and I don't
And that's
even maybe
bizarre.
they were
Like,
outside. I mean that was Wednesday, so a little hard to remember. I could not hear our shut the fuck up chant back at them when I
really?
went back and
Dang.
watched that.
Because I was like,
Um,
dude, and then somebody above us started doing it, and I was like, dude, come on. Like, my thing about the We Want tables is like, it just further solidifies like how I don't know how can I say this without sounding like a complete mark myself, but like there's no believability in wrestling really at all anymore. And then when all you want to do is chant something like "We want tables," you just want to see someone go through a table. You don't want anything. You know, I
like
mean, you're
let
not
the
cheering.
let the guys do what they're gonna do. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like
Like it was
do
fine in ECW because ECW was fucking terrible wrestling. You know, I mean, their whole thing was spots and shit. Like that's but we're past that, dude. Like, and to me, that's why I started chanting ECW back for a minute. I don't know if you heard me. I just started chanting ECW. I was like ECW because it's like that's what they're the same people who chant ECW when someone does a table spot or does a ladder
right.
bump. I'm like, dude, like, what are you even?
I think this match also got a "This is awesome" chant, right?
Probably so. And that whenever they chant "This is awesome," I chant NXT. Because it's just like all this stuff is just crazy. Like I don't know, and maybe it's just like it's this is an interesting way to start the show having this discussion. But to me, it's the ECW and PWG effect on wrestling where you
I
have
think
these
it's the
cult.
NXT effect, honestly.
True, but then I just think about the fact that NXT was just PWG put onto a main platform. You know what I mean?
Right, like obviously we can attribute PWG to NXT,
Yeah.
look at the lineage. But if we're talking about what
What got those
I
people?
right, what I looked like is because if we're talking about this crowd here, when I looked at who was doing these chants that I was having, like they were irking me, I guess we can say it was everyone on the floor, and it's people who are bringing belts, and it's WWE fans. I don't know if like that's I know that's kind of
Yep.
weird to say, but like it is people who somehow like both. Uh,
Yeah.
I don't find myself in that category.
It's
Um,
those people who came over to AEW when Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson showed up.
yeah, I didn't know that was like such a big thing, but I see it.
That's just what I feel like it is.
Yeah.
Um, like, because that's how I feel about like people who, you have these people who like pretend to like, not to sound like an elitist, but like, no pun intended, but like, just like with these people, what's an example? Just like people who started watching New Japan when Jericho showed up, and they try to pretend and
Mm,
act like, they act so differently compared to like people who actually well, not even just have been watching New Japan before that, but people because have those people who are like, oh, Jericho and Omega happened, and they started watching New Japan, but they didn't start watching New Japan. They watched that one match and maybe another match or two on that event, and they're like, yeah, New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's just kind of a similar thing when Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson showed up. I feel like, or even when CM Punk showed up, which it's a good thing in a way, but at the same time, I wonder if these fans they're coming to the events.
hmm
Are they watching the weekly TV or do they just know, oh, AEW's in town? Some of those WWE guys that I used to like are there. I'll go. I
Well,
wonder how many,
I think they're watching the TV. I think the most popular thing for the TV right now is the Adam Cole and MJF
and that would
storyline.
make sense for them.
Right. Right.
So the attendance on this, and then we'll hop into Collision and get into this all in stuff, but just interesting because the attendances have been so low, but that Greenville show did decent, and this show ended up with 5,300 paid.
It seemed like, and this is just anecdotal from me personally buying tickets, I believe either a day or two before the event. Like all those tickets or all those seats behind us that were filled weren't filled in when I bought tickets. So this did like pretty decent like day or two before a little extra sell because and then wasn't it you sent the link where they had opened an extra section for that too?
Yep, they did. Did it look like that many people there last night or the other night?
It seemed pretty full, you know, like it is a little hard to like, you know, you have to adjust in your head, especially for where we were looking across, you know, because we
Yeah.
were looking across at where the hard cam was.
Mm-hmm.
But then like everywhere else, there's people all around, and on TV it looked full. And even like Collision parts after where I know we had left still looked pretty decent.
Yeah, it's really tough to tell, but it was a good time. Honestly, my favorite episode of Dynamite in a while, and I'm not just saying that because I was there live. I mean, I just felt like everything flowed. I mean, well, they had to hone it in. You know, I mean, they had to give this final build to the pay per view, which they're terrible at doing, but they're normally all right with the go home shows, and this one was one of the better ones. I feel like because you had good matches, but you also had the good stories and the promos and shit to make it feel like this was a big deal. You know, the Jericho Ospreay thing. You know, everybody knows I'm not a big fan of either of those guys, but I personally liked what they did a lot. It felt like as bad as it, and I mean this in a good way. Like it felt like a WWE go home big singles match promo. You know, Jericho talking about this is bigger than this is bigger than that. You know, I told you, I don't know. It made me excited for a match that isn't my thing. So
did you go back and rewatch that?
I didn't.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering because this not to give everything away here, but when this was most of this was in the ring, we were at concessions.
Yeah, I know. I
don't know. So were you watching it on the TVs?
I could hear them
Okay.
over the thing, but I just I mean, the little bit of what I saw,
It was
which
good
was
though.
like it was good. Yeah, so Dynamite was good. Collision tonight, you know, just went off the air.
I just want to say real quick, this
Sure.
was a much better episode of Collision than last week, and it only had one segment that kind of made me go, "What the fuck?" And that was that the AR Fox segment of Dynamite where he loses in the tag, gets kicked out of Mogul Embassy, is out of the tag for All In, and then Darby
Dude.
is like, "All right, buddy, I forgive you." Nick Wayne's right there. He was okay. He literally in the match wearing the bloody Nick Wayne shirt, throwing it at Nick Wayne's mom's face, and after the match being forgiven by Darby. This man is clearly a Sting protege because he's a fucking idiot babyface.
Yep. Dumb. So dumb. And I'm like,
But we
I hope
know this is like a backstage AR Fox can't go to London thing, you know.
is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't he go to London?
That I haven't heard personally. I could speculate, but I won't. Yeah. And another thing I've heard some people say is that this was found out like this week.
See, I was wondering if that's what happened. That makes me because I wouldn't think they would have just pulled him.
And that Tony's mad at him, and that's why he's out
Yeah.
of Mogul Embassy.
But now they've got him out of Mogul Embassy.
After he like just joined, like after that ROH pay per view, or like the week after that ROH pay per view, right?
Yeah.
That's like a month ago, 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's something. Christian. So Christian replaces him in the tag, and Christian finally gave us what we wanted here, buddy. telling Nick Wayne his dad was dead. I was losing my shit.
God, bro. That was crazy as fuck.
So I heard you have a dad, and he's
And I
dead.
heard he's dead. Brother. Craziness. Christian
Just
is
so direct.
like respect on Christian, honestly. I need a monster.
Go grab it, buddy. Play with it for me. Come on.
Can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh yeah. Look at this, buddy. It's ultra time. It's time to crack.
You know what? I don't mean to kind of bring us down. I would feel remiss if we didn't say that we lost two people in the wrestling community this week. Terry Funk, of course, and Bray Wyatt. You know, two legends in their own respect. I'll say it. I'll call Bray Wyatt a legend. You know what? Did a lot of unique things. Wasn't all great. Terry Funk, his legacy, I think we'll see that continue forever.
Forever.
But yeah.
Rest in peace to both of those guys. You know, I haven't really posted about, I think I made one post about Terry. I haven't really posted much about Bray. But obviously, that shit fucking sucks, I just don't like to, I'm never going to say anything negative about anybody who's passed, but I also don't want to just put on like, oh, Bray Wyatt, oh my God. Bray Wyatt was never my thing, but that doesn't take anything away from the fact that, this is somebody's family member. He probably touched more, he's touched more lives through wrestling than I'll ever touch in ever, So it's like, I just want to leave that for the people who really fucked with him, But on here, I will say, my respects to him, his family, all the people who enjoyed his work. And Terry Funk, I love Terry Funk. And I think I'm going to go back and watch a bunch of Terry Funk. If I can ever get away from WCW 96. But I don't want to get away from it.
Cortland, when are we going to watch Bash at the Beach, buddy? I guess whenever Zach catches up.
I don't even know if Zach has started is the thing.
Oh, that's a good question. But I'm ready whenever.
We can do it sometime early this week, get All In out of the way. Or shit, we might do it tomorrow night because I'm actually going to Cortland's tomorrow night because I got to go up to Wilmington.
Busy day tomorrow, buddy.
I do. I just got to go get some merch from Wilmington. So I'm going to stay the night up there. So shit, maybe me and him can watch it together and you watch it at home and we chat it up.
All right.
So yeah, I've cracked this open. Here it is. I'm about to have to pass y'all soon. Buddy, no, you're not. Just hold your horses. Tomorrow night when I get into your home, me, you, and Hunter will sit down. We'll get Baker in the server, and we'll watch it tomorrow night. The only other thing I will say is I really liked the Collision main event that they filmed first. It's just cool seeing Punk, Darby, Sting, and Hook. That's something I feel like we're going to look back on. And thank you, buddy. I want one of these waiting on me when I get up there, Cortland, or either a Starbucks. You know what I like?
Ice cold.
Need a cold one. We went.
Blood runs cold, buddy.
Anyways, so All In. This shit is going on tomorrow. I kind of like it that it's a middle of the day show. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Because I'm going to wake up in the morning. I'm going to get some Starbucks coffee. I'm going to be juiced.
Well, we're going to eat tomorrow.
We're going to eat.
You want to eat Waffle House?
We're going to get rock hard in that Waffle House, pal. We should have just done this stream from that Waffle House. Because we know Mike will show up to Waffle House. Oh, whoa. Shots fired. All jokes. So
the text back in the Waffle House.
Yeah, get text back about getting the Waffle House chat going. And Cortland, you're here, buddy. Mike's messaging in the server about Waffle House. I messaged me and Baker been talking in our group chat about doing this stream, and Michael J ain't said a word.
All right, 0 hour.
Oh, I just felt something drop into my colon. I'm about to have to hit the bathroom soon. So 0 hour, 0 hour, starting at noon tomorrow. And also, I want to shout out my friend Alex, who is in the Discord server. He's at these events. He met Powerhouse Hobbs and Chris Statlander and Chuck Taylor today, and posted a little picture in there. That's fucking just crazy to know that I know somebody who is there and is going to be a part of this event is just nuts. But 0 hour starts at 12 noon tomorrow Eastern time on YouTube. First match, I guess, on that card is the FTW title match. Jack Perry defends against Hook. So hold on. You watched Collision. Did we ever get the segment that was advertised for Dynamite and Collision? We got it on Collision?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened?
Jack brings out the title, says he's going to retire it. Hook video on the screen. Then Hook in the ring. Puts Perry through the table. Then says they're going to have the match. That's basically it.
So Jack Perry and Hook. Does Hook get the belt back here? Or what? What do you think? Gotta be if we're starting this show off with this shit, right?
Well, on Wikipedia, first match is the ROH tag title match.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know which of these matches is first.
Well, to me, I think we're going to have babyface wins in both. Not to lump these predictions into one.
So by babyface, you think that Better Than You, Bebe is going to win the ROH tag team titles?
Actually, no. Now that you put that out in the air like that, no. But like, what happens there?
I think. I've heard a couple of options. I've heard, do you go injury angle on one of the two in the main event, and then that plays into main event? Do you go clean win for the tag champs, retaining, and that creates dissension leading into the main event?
Okay.
I think there's many ways you go here, but I don't. Okay, let's backtrack. As far as FTW, I guess you give the belt back to Hook, but like that, where do we go from there?
Yeah.
I don't know where we go from here. Either way, honestly.
Yeah.
This feels a little rushed, I guess. So a lot of things feel kind of rushed.
Yeah. I don't know. Because you don't want to halt. The thing is, the whole FTW title thing is the weirdest thing ever to me to be booking anyways. Like, if I was booking, I wouldn't want anything like this because it's like, is it a real title? Is it an imaginary title? Like, what are we doing? I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it doesn't serve the same purpose that it did for Taz when he first held it, where it was, I believe, what was it? Shane Douglas was ducking him for the ECW world title.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's just a toss up to me, and we'll just see where that goes, and then
we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, let's pick a pick just so we have it so if we do a review show, who do you pick?
Okay. I'm gonna say let's let Jungle Jack keep it.
All right, I'm gonna say Hook. All right.
Okay.
Set. ROH World Tag Titles, Aussie Open defending against Better Than You, Bebe, and I will say this: good job to Tony and them for because when they first announced this, I thought it was fucking stupid, and part of me still thinks it's stupid. But I'm gonna go into this and see what story they're trying to tell. As far as this and how it plays into the main event and how it all goes. Because if they have an idea, I'm gonna let it play out before I judge it because it could turn out really cool. Honestly, I feel like so. I don't know. I don't know what to pick here. It's just.
I think what happens here is MJF gets pinned. And because this is just me. But if you pin the challenger to the world title match, what does that say?
Yeah.
Right. And then I get, okay, well, if you pin the champion, what does that say? Fine. But it's also kind of, how does the champion get pinned? And I think there it's probably miscommunication amongst this thrown together tag team versus the well-established tag team. And then we carry that over into the main event.
Yeah.
I just think that makes the most sense. And otherwise...
Who gets that pin on MJF?
Kyle Fletcher.
I want it to be Mark Davis.
It's Kyle Fletcher.
Why is it Kyle Fletcher?
He's the one.
You like him better than Mark?
I just think he is the prospect of the tag team.
I hate that.
He's in the Osprey mold.
I was gonna say he's the Osprey, and that's the thing. But I like Thick Boy Mark.
No, Mark's great. I loved his what was it? His New Japan Cup run.
Yeah,
that was sick.
So yeah, let's just say it. Aussie Open retains and let our point of ascension. And Kyle's getting the pin. I'm not even gonna try and argue that Mark's gonna get it because he ain't getting it. So Cole and MJF lose. Okay. Main card. Wow. What a setup we have here.
So, where are you looking for this?
I'm on Cage Match.
Okay.
So I don't know if my shit's gonna be in good order or not. Where are you at? Wikipedia is probably better.
I have the tag title as the opener here.
Let's see. Yeah, FTR and see that's weird. What is gonna go first though?
Right.
That's craziness. Okay, well let's start with it.
So this is me kayfabe rationalizing the Wikipedia pick here, but if MJF is going to wrestle twice, he's going to want that very first match, so he has the most time to recover between then and the main event.
True.
That makes sense. So FTR Young Bucks.
FTR Young Bucks. And I must say this too. The two matches I'm most looking forward to outside of the obvious main event is FTR Bucks and Punk Joe. I'm glad they did choose two matches like these two that have so much history to give this platform to. Because, now you can say Punk and Joe had their trilogy. And then 20 years later, they wrestled in front of 80,000. That's pretty cool. And then same with FTR Bucks. Where better to have the third? This is their third meeting, right? No, fourth.
Mike said it was third. 1-1.
But they've had more than one, though. Or they've had more than two. I swear.
I have no idea.
It says 3. It says FTR versus Young Bucks 3. Damn.
Just real quick, because I looked this up earlier. We're at 81 to 85 tickets distributed.
That's crazy.
And I'll close that tab.
That is crazy.
So who you got here for tag titles?
Okay, FTR beat them the first time. the Bucks beat them in the 2 out of 3 falls thing. I think you have to have FTR win. I just think this is gonna be because they've told the story, right? If I'm wrong, you tell me. Of the last thing they need to do is beat the I don't know. I feel like this is important because I feel like the Bucks are made, and maybe I'm wrong here. I mean, but the Bucks. Neither of the teams have ever wrestled. No one's wrestled in front of a crowd this big. But like, to me, FTR needs that. T-bone. We're busted. To me, FTR needs that win. I think. I don't know. I just don't feel like the Bucks need anything at this point. But then at the same time, who's retiring first out of these two teams? I feel like they would retire around the same time. So I'm like, I don't know. I think FTR wins. I'm gonna say it. FTR retains in a fucking awesome match. What do you think?
Yeah, this feels like a weird time to change the titles.
Yep.
But I guess that also plays into kind of what I was talking about earlier, where like things feel kind of thrown together. This is a thrown together match. This is not. I believe this is not what was planned originally.
What do you think was originally planned?
I really wish I can remember what was said. So like a match I heard this week that was planned originally for sure was Omega Danielson again. That would have been sick. But I can't remember what was supposed to be here. But this is kind of out of the blue, like FTR has been pretty pretty solidly on Collision these past few weeks. So their challenge to the Bucks, I mean, we saw it live. It was at that Greenville taping. 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like this match has a lot of build. Not that you need a whole lot of build to it because they have history, but at the same time, like, if you're gonna change the tag titles here, I don't know. It just seems random. So I don't see it. I'm going FCR too.
Nice. I think I don't know, that could be one of the best matches on the card. I'm just excited to see this in front of 80 grand. Like, that's gonna be fucking crazy. All right, so next match on Wiki. Hikaru Shida defending in the 4-way against Toni Storm, Saraya, and Britt Baker. 4-way match for the women's world title. Are we giving Saraya the strap?
Why would we do that?
Why would we do that? Is a good question.
But I don't even think that is like that big of a pop in Wembley.
I don't either at this point.
Because it's not like Saraya is even like a pushed act. So yeah. This feels like Shida retains, right? Like she just won.
She retains. Shida retains. I think I'm sitting here thinking this through as we're talking about it, and I think Shida retains.
And I guess if anything comes out of this match, maybe we create some sort of dissension between Toni Storm and Saraya. Because Toni Storm's doing the whole like unhinged thing, and
yeah. Have I seen something about Britt being hurt?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't personally.
Maybe I'm bugging and just been scrolling Twitter at work, but
Okay.
I
So
don't
we
know.
both agree Sheeta retains.
Yes, Sheeta retains. Next is the coffin match. Darby Allin and Sting versus Swerve and Christian Cage. We already covered the AR Fox bit. I don't think it was an intentional knock on getting him out of here. I will say I think it's cool that Christian gets the spot. I mean, to be able to say Christian Cage was a part of this is pretty cool. Um, Swerve and Darby being involved in this is obviously a huge notch on their belt, and then obviously Sting. I don't see any way Darby and Sting don't win.
Yeah, this feels like Swerve loses.
Yep, easy. Any other thoughts on that one?
No, I think Sting is probably going to take at least like one bump that's all going to make us go, ah.
Gotta
And
take it's in
then,
front of 80, man. Like he's gotta take it.
and then I hope he no
Something.
sells it because he's the fucking
And then
best.
beats the chest. I want to see him on something beaten in front of 80K, man. Oh, it'll be
It'll be
we're gonna
show
be
time.
we're gonna be unloading in the morning, pal.
Well, it'll be
For real.
afternoon by then.
Oh yeah, we'll be into the 2 or 3 o'clock crescendo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's that coffin match. That'll be cool to see in front of 80,000. Then we have the Golden Elite, Ibushi, Omega, Hanger versus Takeshita and Bullet Club Gold, Juice Robinson and Jay White. Truthfully, not too stoked here. The biggest thing I'm excited about is Ibushi and Omega getting to mix it up with Takeshita. It should be good. I don't know. I don't know why I'm not that excited. I think I'm just a little bummed. Hangman's not in something more focal. And I guess I'm also a little bummed that. I mean, I don't know. I've just seen Omega and Juice, and I've seen Omega and Jay, years ago, and I don't know. It's just kind of like the thing when they brought in Cole and Kyle and Bobby, and they immediately went to Undisputed Era. It's just like as soon as you bring in Jay and Juice, they're going up against Kenny and Coda. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I've seen this, in another life. It feels like I don't, and it wasn't bad. It was good, but it wasn't good enough. It's not like a Punk and Joe thing where you're like, this is a historic trilogy that we need to revisit for legendary reasons. It's just kind of like more that borderline elite lore where it's like, oh, back in the heyday of being the elite, starting, just touching on shit that I don't give a fuck about anymore. But then at the same time, I do like Jay a lot recently, and I'm just once again happy a lot of these guys are getting this chance. So I mean, I think it'll be good. I think Takeshita and Bullet Club Gold need to win. And I know that may be an unpopular move, but at this point, the whole Golden Elite, I love that shit. And I never thought I would sit on here on a stream and say I'm kind of tired of the Golden Elite shit. But I don't know. I'm just not that stoked on it. I don't know. How are you feel about this match?
Um. So like to your point of like you should probably feel more excited about this. I totally agree with that. And it's like, where was Hangman Page this week?
Yeah.
Like there was really no build for this match. You can excuse Kenny by saying, oh well, they beat him up last week and he was recovering. Okay, where was Hangman? And Ibushi can't be bothered to come over here to build this match at all, I guess.
Yeah.
He can go wrestle for Glate, but can't build this match.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. So like,
It's just like the loose strands of a heyday. I don't know. It just don't feel good. Like the Golden Elite, I should feel fucking good that they're getting to wrestle this show together, and I'm just like, this is all we get, from them. I don't know.
so and I saw people on Twitter be like, well, this, on the first All In, these guys were in a 6-man, and it's like, okay, but like this isn't the first All In. This is like 4 times as big as that.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
And like to me, you need to have like I would love to have seen just Omega versus Takeshita, and then
and
do
now it feels
Hanger.
like we're doing Omega Takeshita All Out, I guess.
And like I get
Like
saving
this
some
match
shit,
is
but
to build to that, maybe.
maybe so. But then with Hangman, I'm just like, there wasn't nothing more you could find. It's just like he's an extra when he's
He
better
hasn't
than.
he hasn't a singles match since February.
Yeah, it's fucking lame as fuck. Like you give so many. I don't know. I don't want to sound because Omega and Ibushi, like everyone knows, I've been obsessed with them for the better part of a fucking decade. But Hangman is better than both of them right now. That's my personal opinion.
I don't think he's better than Omega right now.
I just don't. But my thing is, that's your dude. Like this is a fucking top baby face dude. Whether we think he's better than Omega or not, let's just
He's
look at.
essentially the top baby face.
Like he is the fucking young hot stud ready to beat ass. Like he's got the promo, he's got the match quality. Like I just don't get letting him just hang and be an extra all year after that Moxley feud. Just like, yeah, he's here. It's like this is why his world title reign failed. Or it didn't fail, I guess, but like that's why it just went like this because they didn't prioritize him. I mean, I think that's the truth. He opened every card. He wrestled a title match on fucking Rampage, man, and opened the show with it. Like,
I think
like,
Moxley did too, though.
yeah, but it's the general treatment of Hangman's reign versus other reigns. I feel like can be noted.
You almost have to wonder if they're like, if he's being treated with like, almost like he's wrapped in bubble wrap or something like that. Like we're worried about him getting hurt leading up to this. Him not being active.
But what are they building for him at All Out?
Oh, at All Out, I have no idea.
So
I don't
what's
know
going to
if they.
happen at All Out? I guess we can talk about this after these predictions are done. But what's main event in that? Are we going to go straight to a Punk MJF in a week? Because I feel like that's where it's headed.
No. I feel like you probably have.
I think Punk comes out at the end of this show. Not to jump ahead in predictions, but I think Punk beats Joe for the real world title. I think MJF beats Adam Cole. The show ends Punk and MJF are holding up both belts. That's how I think tomorrow ends, personally.
Okay.
And I think that's your main event because last year is when MJF returned with Punk in same. You know what I mean? Same. You know what I mean? It writes itself. You don't need more than a week to build it. You build it right here. I just don't know because if they go with anything else, to me, I feel like it will feel a little like what else is going to main event a fucking tag match? You're not going to do MJF and Cole a third time. Like where do you go?
I think you could. Because there's going to be a turn in that match. So there's going to be a different dynamic in the third match.
True. I don't know. I will, for whatever reason, won't. I don't know. We're jumping ahead, though. Who wins Golden Elite to catch the BC Gold?
So it's like, it almost feels like Juice is there to take this pin. But then you think, okay, who's not signed here? Fucking Ibushi. Pin him, right? Like,
oh yeah, but he's untouchable, right?
So yeah, I don't know. It's a toss up. If I'm gonna have to pick, I'm gonna say Golden Elite wins.
I just think what would be really fucking cool is to catch the pin and Kenny.
And see, Kenny that makes sense because if you want to go to that match next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my thought here. So I'm gonna make that, I guess, somewhat of a bold prediction that Takeshita pins Kenny and Takeshita and BC Gold win.
Yeah, that's smart.
Stadium Stampede. Eddie Kingston, Orange Cassidy, Best Friends, and Penta versus the Blackpool Combat Club, Santana, and Ortiz. Well, firstly, my biggest curiosity killed the cat here. What are they? How are they going to do this damn thing?
I
Is
think
this
it's going
going
to
to
be more
be?
like an Anarchy in the Arena.
That's what I'm thinking too, and I'm this will be sick. I don't know though. I will say I'm a little worn on all these multi-man big stip, blood and guts, Anarchy in the Arena. Like the first Anarchy in the Arena special occasion. I haven't loved any blood and guts match personally, and now here we are with another one of these, and it's gonna be fun, but I feel like it's gonna go so long. I don't know. And
Yeah, I think we're gonna miss a
who
lot with the camera work. That seems to
because Lord knows
be
they
a
can't keep up.
yeah, that's an AEW trend.
An AEW, what's the word for it? Trademark.
AEW special.
So I'm gonna make a prediction here, similar to Takeshita pinning Kenny, because I think we're gonna get Mox versus Kingston at All Out.
Okay.
And I think that's I don't know. We could get Claudio Eddie at All Out, but I think that's more of an ROH thing we're saving.
Yeah, I don't think we go back to Claudio Eddie as long as Eddie still has the strong title.
True.
And Mox Kingston makes sense because Kingston telling Renee like how you want me to fix this? Like John did this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I was right in thinking that, I guess. So I think something happens there as far as the finish goes. Or some moment in this match is going to kick over the edge that these two are going for it at All Out. Who wins though?
I think because they lost Blood and Guts, BCC need to win here.
And they're the actual unit. Technically, I mean they have Santana and Ortiz with them.
But yeah, for the most part, they are the larger unit.
So yeah, BCC. I think you going the same way.
Yeah.
And then we got Will Ospreay, Chris Jericho.
It's gotta be Ospreay.
It's got to be Ospreay. I see nothing coming out of a Jericho victory here. Jericho, is he going back to the JAS now? Have they interacted? They were out there with him.
It's just him and Sammy.
Just him and Sammy.
Which is, I think that's a bold choice, but I also think that I am a little out of touch with a lot of AEW fans who are still very into Chris Jericho. So I think a Chris Jericho association does do a good thing for Sammy, even though I disagree.
I just wonder, do we see any sort of stable involvement in this?
I think JAS is done. Okay. I think Menard and Parker and Garcia are going to maintain, and probably Anna are going to maintain some sort of loose affiliation. But I think, like, other than that, you're only going to see Sammy with Jericho.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ospreay wins this. I think that's across the board. And then we got CM Punk and Samoa Joe for the real world title. And I pretty much spoiled my thoughts on this earlier. CM Punk wins. I'm excited to see how they work this match based off how they worked their last one. I think Punk wins, and we have an angle at the end of the show. It's tough, though, man. It's so tough because Joe is so hot right now. Or
But
I feel
like,
like he is.
but like J- Joe as Real World's champion, I don't see that as
I
Real
don't
World's
either.
champion.
I
You
just
know,
think about Punk beating Joe again and how much I don't really want to see Punk beat
I
Joe.
I don't either. I don't either. I think that that really, if we're gonna talk about unintended consequences of that, really devalues your TV or ROH TV title. And again, he just lost to him. Or I guess not just, but their last match was a loss. Um, but I do agree that eventually we are going CM Punk MJF, and while I don't know if it's all out, it's got to come eventually.
Definitely. And then before we get to MJF Adam Cole, we do have the 6-man tag trios world title match. House of Black, Acclaimed, and Billy Gunn. This is the first time I've thought about this. What do you think about this? I just had a thought pop into my head.
I mean,
Do we give Billy Gunn one last little run of glory?
is being here that,
That too.
you know? Because apparently we're gonna have. I think we might have the Ass Man theme here. Is what I've heard.
Yeah, big
Uh,
badass.
so that might be the whole thing here. Um, like why take the tiles off House of Black right now?
That's true. That's true. I just hope if I don't think we're doing a title change, but I hope Billy gets his shit in and fires the fuck up and has some good exchanges and makes the most of this. And that it's not just, oh, he came out to the theme and did his signatures. Like, I'd like to see some real struggle and some real fire out of him and make this one big banging ass last match for him. House of Black wins. I thought about it for a second, but no way. And that leads to our main event MJF defending against Adam Cole, the AEW World title. And honestly, for as sick to my stomach this made me when it started, and for as much of it not being for me, I'm excited for this. I want to see how they tell this story. I want to see how they do this, and I'm coming into it open minded, and honestly invested. You know, I won't even lie to you. I'm invested because I don't know what way they're gonna go, and I like, you know, all the bells and whistles aren't for me, but I do like what they've done here because now they've created this main event. And the second thing is too, it's over as fuck. So whether it's for me or not, it can be for me if it's for everyone else and I'm watching and people are fucking with it, you know. So I'm here for it. MJF, there's no way MJF loses. I think Adam Cole definitely is going to be the heel out of this. How they just think about how they get to that point and when that happens, whether it's in the pre-show, whether it's after the match, whether it's during the match. That's what I'm intrigued to see. I think MJF wins.
Yeah, definitely think MJF wins. If you didn't have the Roderick Strong element to this, I'd 100% just be like, okay, it's Adam Cole turning heel on him. That's everything that's, we've seen up to this point is leading to Adam Cole turning heel. But then it's like, okay, what about Roderick Strong? If Adam Cole turns heel, is he like just also part of this kingdom thing? Maybe, I guess.
I see. I have a thought. I don't know though. So, what are you saying is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen?
Because yeah, it is then like, okay, if he turns heel, how does he like turn heel and not also win? I don't know. Maybe it's a Dynamite diamond ring finish.
Maybe I think you just have Adam Cole try to cheat and fail. Personally. Or either you have him think about cheating, he doesn't, then he loses, then he beats the fuck out of MJF after the match. I just think the kingdom comes into play. And I think Adam Cole, Taven, and Bennett are going to. And that's what I've wanted to begin with, to be honest, because I love Adam Cole as the leader of a group. I just don't want it to be the Undisputed Era bullshit. And Taven and Bennett are job guys to me. And that's what Adam Cole needs, in my opinion. What'll make me really fuck with Adam Cole, or not even really fuck with him, but like what I think Adam Cole is best at is the heel, smug, leader of a group with a bunch of guys he's infinitely, most definitely better and a bigger star than. And for me, with Undisputed Era, he was, aside from Bobby Fitt, like Kyle and Roddy to me are just so much better. And it just looked, I was just tired of it in general. But here it's like Taven and Bennett are fine, but they're goobers, you know what I mean? So they can be his stooges. Like, that's how it used to be, Taven and Bennett. I don't know. I just really would like to see that pairing. And then don't have, to me, I feel like they're doing this thing where the Kingdom's trying to be there for Roddy. And in the reality, they're just going to go with Adam. And then Roddy's going to be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Because I don't think you need to turn Roddy. I don't want Roddy and Adam associated is my thing. I want that wiped clean. And
but then where does Roddy go from there?
I'd have Roddy run singles. I mean, he don't have to be in some crazy thing. And I know it might sound like he could dwindle, but if you and I don't necessarily trust Tony Khan to handle this right, but I think you could handle it right. And have Roddy be fine, just like Kyle can run as a singles guy and be fine. Feature him in feature matches, build him a certain way. That's a guy who you can have in that TNT title picture that desperately needs something spiced up. Him versus Hobbs, him versus Darby. You know what I mean? Like, these are matches that he would fucking, rock it. And I know maybe him just being just a good match guy may not seem like a good route to go, but at the same time, I don't think just having him be the stooge for all the Adam Cole show is necessarily what I want out of Roddy. I want some, I want to see the dude fucking work, and I know they're not going to push him as like what I think he's best at, which is running as a heel, but I would rather just see him do his own thing rather than be involved in all these Adam Cole's focused angles. I don't know. Because to me, you have him because you could have Adam Cole and Roddy do a program after this, and it's just, to me it could help. I know I'm going off on my own fantasy booking tangent now, but now you asked me the question, and I'm thinking about what you do. An Adam Cole Roddy singles match would be good, and I know Adam Cole's going to have to beat him, but it'll get some sympathy on Roddy. You know what I mean, for when he does become that, whatever you're going to make him after. I don't know. Anyways.
So is he faking his neck injury?
Roddy?
Yeah.
Like in kayfabe?
Yeah.
I don't think he could be if he's going to be the face out of this.
You think so? Okay. So that's why I don't even think he's going to be the face. I think he's just going to be a heel aligned with Cole. He'll probably be like the manager of that little group. That's just my.
See, but I don't know. I know I'm just a mark for him, but like I'm just like, I want him away. Like, let them do their kingdom thing and just let him go over and wrestle. I don't know.
I just don't see how you get there from this right now. I don't know.
But MJF definitely wins this match, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Like you, if Punk wasn't over there being like, I am the real world's champion, maybe we could say Adam Cole wins this. But that alone is like, it's MJF Punk. That is the match. It's not Cole Punk.
No. Clearly, what they've been building toward is Punk MJF, and fuck, dude, I can't say that I am not more than happy with that. Um, you know, their first set of matches were fucking good, and it's a year in the making, to be honest. So looking ahead now, I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing. I'm looking at what's announced for All Out, and I'm gonna try and pencil in what I hope slash think the rest of that card could be. Um, so you have any other thoughts on All In though before we shift?
I think regardless of any issues I have with this card, the show is going to be really fun, and just you know, based on us hanging out and the day we're going to have is going to be fun. Um, yeah, I don't know.
So I'm looking at this. So you got Luchasaurus defending the TNT title against Darby Allin. Who do you think is going to win that? Does Luchasaurus keep it, or does Darby get another run with it, or what's really going to happen there?
It would feel weird to take the title off Luchasaurus to me because I feel like he hasn't even really defended it. I think he defended it maybe on like Rampage this week or something like that.
Yeah. It's just interesting because you're just going to have Darby eat a loss. I mean, he's not going to hurt him, but like.
I mean, he can eat a loss and it be like because of Christian, and then we move into
Yeah.
like a singles feud with him and Christian. I don't know. I don't know what we're. I don't know where we or like how we get the title off Luchasaurus if it's not anything to do with like Jack Perry.
Oh, that is true. But now they're both heel.
Exactly.
Ain't that fucking funny?
Exactly.
That's funny as fuck to me. For some reason. See, now I'm looking at this card.
But I guess like Luchasaurus can be like Big Show, where he turns every 3 months.
Yeah. House of Black. Sorry, I'm trying to piece together a card. So just so you know what I've got 6 singles matches. 3 are announced and 3 I'm penciling in. So now I'm
You're not
sitting
getting
here.
6 singles matches.
And that's going to suck ass because we need some fucking singles matches. Half this All In card is multi-man shit. But what I had was the 3 that are announced, which is Luchasaurus, Darby, Miro, Hobbs, Statlander, Soho. And then I added in, to me, what your 3 big matches should be, which is MJF, Punk, Omega, Takeshita, Mox, and Eddie. And what I'm thinking here is you're going to need a tag title match. You're going to need a trios title match. That brings you to 8 matches. And then maybe one other multi-man. That's 9. And I mean, I think that would be an ideal card. But for the tag titles, what do you do? FTR is going to beat the Bucks. I think you do FTR. I would love to see FTR Aussie Open for both belts.
Too soon.
But at the same time, what are you going to put on this card, though, that's supposed to be your biggest one of the year if you don't pull the trigger on something like MJ? Like, I know everything seems too soon, but what are we going to do here that's going to make people want to buy this show and make it not feel like they're selling short their biggest show of the year at home? What do you do? Not arguing what you're saying, but like, is this just going to be a bullshit show? I mean, the 3 matches they got announced aren't too hot. It's like, because It All Out supposed to be the big one, right?
Yeah, this is hard because it's also like AEW pay-per-views. It's not always about like, is this the matches? I don't know. They typically always deliver. Like it doesn't really matter what we book, what happened. Like the matches are gonna be good. The atmosphere is gonna be good. Cause like All Out, like I think that's or I'm sorry, not All Out, All In is like it's kind of a weak card. Like
It
when it
is,
comes to like what's important, what's
and
supposed to be the
that's
biggest show of the year.
it is, and then I'm like, then you have your second normal biggest show of the year the week after, and you have nothing announced for it that's drawing people to it. I don't know. It's a weird. We're in a weird little cycle here. And that's why I'm confused because like the fantasy booker in me is like, you got to put some heat, even if you're fucking hot shot in a couple of big matches. Like, but you're coming off your biggest event ever, and you're following it up 6 days later with your normal biggest event of the year. And there's people already saying your biggest event ever has a weak card. If I'm Snowman, I'm wanting to fucking deliver, but at the same time, I'm a fucking mark. You know what I mean? That's been reviewing wrestling online for 15 years. What do I know? But I don't know. They got to pull something hot out their ass. I feel like, unless we're gonna do FTR and the Hardys, or like that's the thing. What are you gonna do? Are we gonna have a card of rematches? That's the thing. You know what I mean? Are we gonna do MJF Cole again? FTR Bucks with a stick? Another Golden Elite multi man? You're stumped, buddy, and I am too.
I'm just really thinking about these tag titles.
Yeah.
We have like no tag teams, right?
And that's why I went straight to Aussie Open, because if Aussie Open beats your world champion,
what's
FTR.
what's Iron Savage's record?
Holy fuck. And see, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, where are we going to go? Because I don't want to see them in the Bucks again. I don't. What if we do main event FTR Adam Cole MJ? I mean, if we're really wanting to just shit it out here, I mean.
That would fuck up so much of what I think about that card that I don't even want to like consider that.
What if we do a Survivor Series style 10-man for the main event? Totally talking shit.
All right, go ahead and start naming people, and I'll do my own research over here while you think about.
Oh, I'll do it. So, you see, now I'm going to go off the rails because I'm just going to divert back to what I really want.
I was basically your Collision main event, but an 8-man instead, and non-elimination.
So let's put the mega powers together here. We got the Colliders, CM Punk, FTR.
Okay, when was the last time that? Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say we could go back to the. No, wait. Yeah, I don't know. Still too soon to go back to the Guns versus FTR, right?
That's the last thing I'd want to see, too. Well, here, let me ask you this. Can I ask you a question? Do you think we're going to get one hot angle at least out of this All In going into All Out? Even if it's a hot shotted thing, because we both, I know I jumped the gun, and you seem to really think it'd be too soon to pull on MJF Punk or even FTR Aussie Open, but I think something has to pop to I don't know. Or do you think we just have a normal ass pay per view and then another normal ass pay per view?
I mean, if you're gonna do an angle in front of 80,000 people, that's where you do it. So and if I think that, Tony Khan thinks that, right?
And my thing is, you're only having 80,000 for one time. And here's my question, man. I think there's only two angles you pull the fucking hot shot trigger on in front of 80. And it's the Punk MJF thing, or we finally get that hookup with Punk and Kenny or Punk and Hangman. And I think that's far fetched. I don't think that happens. I don't know how they'd work that out. But that's the only other thing I can think of that they try and pull off as an angle to make All Out feel hot. and have it touch back to last year. But how
Yeah,
do you do that unless you?
The Hangman thing I really like, especially because that would feel the freshest. I think.
I would and I would love. You know what would be fucking sick? If Punk beats Joe and Hangman just comes out and starts whooping his fucking ass. That's your fucking ankle. But do I think any shot of that? No. But dude, Hanger comes out and just clobbers his ass and says, cut one of his babyface promos, bust himself open and everything. All out. Boom. And then your match is set. And you don't even have to do it. Here's the thing. I'd be fine, dude, with it not even being singles yet. Run Golden Elite versus Punk and FTR.
Yeah.
Like if we're trying to save shit but still busting a fatty, no one's watching.
But we both think that we're doing Takeshita Omega.
I do, and that's where I think. But then you have to do Hanger and Punk. I don't know. I guess we'll see. We're gonna have a good time tomorrow.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Fleshing it out for the world. Well, I guess we should wrap up. Is there anything else you'd like to speak on?
No, I don't think so. Can you hear karaoke?
Well, man, can I come over and hop on?
What you singing, Hockey?
Anything they want to put on. Dealer's choice.
Oh, buddy.
How late y'all gonna be up tonight?
I have no idea.
Are you hanging out by yourself?
Yeah, I'm just chilling.
You're letting them have their night.
They're rising on their own.
I respect it. What are you going to do? Well, we should probably end this before we start casually chatting. I was going to say, what are you about to do? All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll do something again next week, and soon we'll announce what we're going to be working on for our weekly show. But thanks for watching. Enjoy the show tomorrow. I'm trying to think of a Tony Khan saying to end this. Let's fucking go! I wish I could remember the name of that